Hey,
Hey.
hey,
Hey.
hey,
Hey.
hey.
Ooh.
We doing whale mating calls?
Welcome to nature.
What an intro! It literally
Oh!
cut off as soon as I started my whale mating call. Ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry.
welcome to a post 2022 NFL draft slash post apocalyptic GPS, the Grossi Perna Show featuring Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna. We here.
It's that time of season. Allergy season.
Allergy season.
Today's episode brought to you by Zyrtec.
True. It's
Oh,
true.
dude, if we get that pharmaceutical money,
Oh,
I will promote any pharmaceutical company.
this is brought to you by Oxycodone.
Yeah, give me the worst one.
Yeah.
I will get rich off it.
This is brought to you by fentanyl. just go all the way. This is, or like the old Coca-Cola that has cocaine in it.
Yeah, I think Elon Musk tweeted he wants to put
Bring
Coke
it back
in the Coke.
Bring it back. I think that was just an admission that Elon Musk dabbles in cocaine.
Yeah,
but
all geniuses do.
Well, then I must not be a smart man then.
Yeah, that's why our show is not as good as it should be.
That makes sense. that makes a lot of sense. Folks, we're here. Let's start off before even talking about the draft. Breaking news. The Honey Badger going home. Looks to be signing with the New Orleans Saints. There was talks that were going on before the draft. And then the Saints were like, well, let's see if we can address safety in the draft. And they didn't. And so here we go. Honey Badger going home. And that's going to make a lot of people very, very happy.
Yeah, that's a nice move for the Saints. I mean, the strength of their team was their defense. They get a little stronger in the secondary with a guy who can kind of play all over the back end. I like it. What's the price? How much do they pay for him?
I didn't see a contract yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Could be wrong. I'll look at it rapidly. Let's see.
My guess is he is playing for cheap.
Let's see.
Less than his true value.
Yeah, Visit Saints did a Zoom. Yep, it hasn't said what his contract is going to be yet. Yeah. But
I mean, LSU just put out they already put out a video. Louisiana's son is coming home. So I think NOLA fans gonna be jacked for this.
I think gonna be just a bit happy, just a bit. So I mean, I was low key hoping that maybe he would go to the Packers, like maybe because that's something that we didn't address in the draft either, going after like a hybrid, safety corner. But
I think a lot of teams fans were low key hoping they signed Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, I mean, I
was just hoping like the Raiders didn't swoop in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like get it. He's out of the AFC West. We got K-Jax. I'm good, but yeah.
I mean, like the Bengals, it was funny. Like I was talking to some Bengals fans, and they didn't know who Daxton Hill was, and I was like, I wanted Daxton Hill, like because he could have played safety or like the slot corner, and yeah, that didn't work out. But don't worry, Bengals, you got yourself a good player. So kitty goes meow. But Brandon, what are we doing today? It looks like we're gonna be doing some autopsying of the draft.
We're gonna bring up every team's draft ish, and you and I are gonna make gut brain decisions about which are the best and worst picks for every single damn team.
Every team.
Look, it's been a long draft weekend. I'm sure you learned more about the draft this weekend than you wanted to. My head is concussed from diving in head first to draft stuff. I'm no expert, though. There's a lot of guys, I don't know who they are still. So we're going to figure it out as we go. Here's my thoughts, though, like draft grades. You got a video coming out about draft grades. I did one that was kind of about draft grades. They're all BS. There's only one grade that's correct, and that is B. Every single player, every single team is a B.
Correct.
Even the guys you think are going to be good in the first round. Correct. That ain't no guarantee. B. Today, we do the opposite of that.
Yeah.
We give A's and we give F's, Tom.
Okay.
And also, we may be giving draft grades of butthole.
Just like buttholes, everybody has one.
That was awesome.
Can I say that the most uncomfortable part about that clip is Mike McCarthy leaning in going, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it was like the most uncomfortable reaction. And I feel like every time that I've seen McCarthy, Jerry Jones, like sitting next to him, like with his son, I'm like, it just looks very uncomfortable. Like McCarthy's just like, yeah, I'm here. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but whatever. Like we'll do it. And then like he says a butthole comment. He's like, ha 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 ha.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
it's like you're trying to be Chris Farley.
Yeah,
because you're not.
No,
you are not, sir.
No, he doesn't live in a van down by the river.
I used these grade cards in my stream. I popped them in.
Nice.
An A. I love that. We got an F.
You fucked up.
So we might want to be careful how much we use that one, but we got it. Now, I'm thinking we could start reverse alphabetical. We'll start with Washington, the Commanders. I literally haven't even spoken their name for this entire draft. Just a team I forgot about. Do you just want to dive in, Tom?
Yeah, let's freaking do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick the best player on our, like this was the best guy they got, and this is the worst. And that's taking, again, draft grades are a joke. They're purely for entertainment. Whoa. However, it's just like, okay, just like based off gut feelings, like whether it was a quote unquote reach, even though value is just a perception that the draft industrial complex has made
Packers fans really sold on that right now.
Exactly. Well, listen, they said the same thing about Eric Stokes. Turned out to be pretty good. Rashawn Gary.
Slam dunk, I would say, actually.
That's it. So, yeah, we'll talk about it. I know Washington fans aren't like the happiest about their draft.
Here's the real question. Washington gets Chris Paul in the 7th. Who got the better basketball player?
That's
Washington at Chris Paul or Seattle with Kobe Bryant?
I feel like it might be Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Chris Paul.
Okay. I'll say Kobe. I'll say Kobe.
There you go.
Okay. This is easy for me. Their best draft pick, in my opinion, is Sam Howell in the 5th round. Great value. I hate Carson Wentz. I hate him as a human. I hate him as a quarterback. And I hate him as a spiritual being.
Okay.
It's not fair to Carson, but hey, I got my opinions. Is that how you do hot takes?
Yes.
I hate this man.
Correct. That's 100% accurate. Yeah. I mean, Butler, I think, is good value there, but I agree. Like Sam Howell in the 5th. It's the same thing with like Malik Willis for the Titans, and right? Or it's even like Carson Strong for the Eagles as an undrafted free agent. Like there's just a lot of value there. And if that guy could even be a backup, right, you're rocking and rolling, or a guy who could develop. So I think Sam Howell, while I don't know if he's going to be the starter, I think one of them should work out. And to get him in the 5th for like a inconsequential pick, I think that there's a lot of value there.
Also, here, Cole Turner. This is a really good pick for Washington. And I only know this because my writing partner, Will Keys, he went to Nevada. He watches Nevada closely. He really wanted the Broncos to take Cole Turner late. I think this is a good one.
Romeo Dubs?
Yeah. That's going to be my favorite pick for you, Tom. But yeah, that's another nice pick for Washington. Okay, easy.
I think. Whoa. What about the worst one?
Oh, worst. I forgot about worst.
I really think Dotson's their worst one. I think because of where they were and the value that they got for trading back was not significant, and they passed on other really good players. I didn't. Personal opinion. I looked at Dotson's tape because a lot of people were like, "Oh, maybe Dotson go to the Packers like a first, round wide receiver." I wasn't about it. So I think he's a good player. I just don't think that they got enough value, and I don't think that he was worth the pick. Again, could be very good. Just I think they could have picked other people at that position.
That's a fair analysis. I'm gonna say Percy Butler, just because I don't trust a guy named Percy.
That I like how you thought that out. Yeah, that was good.
All right,
Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Wow, Tennessee. Really, I appreciate Tennessee shaking up the first round of the draft. Maybe doing the dumbest thing possible and getting rid of AJ Brown.
Yeah.
But we've already talked about that. What did Tennessee do well? What was their worst pick? Wildflowers. Should have been. Should have, would have, could have. Washington.
Should have.
You had the chance and you failed.
I actually think that the Titans had a good draft. I really think they did. I think they got a lot of value later on. Like that was like the later half of their draft is good. I think Malik Willis in the third is a solid choice because you have Ryan Tannehill going into like his after like next year, like you can cut him after the season and there's no more guaranteed money there. So I think that that's a solid move. At the same time, like they also fulfilled a bunch of needs. I think people are going to obviously look at the AJ Brown pick and be like, hey, like that was rough, but I love Kyle Phillips there. Like Kyle Phillips, I think was a steal in the 5th round. So, I saw Uncultured. Yeah, Sean from Hot Ones, the Bears fan, because he did the Bears draft picks. I love that show too. But yeah, I gotta say, I really like the Kyle Phillips pick. That was nice. That or Malik Willis.
Okay. I think the tight end they got, even though I don't know how to say his name, I like this pick. And that's mainly because I watched Brett Coleman's tight end video because I learned about my tight end. Willis, great value. I think their best pick is corner, Roger McCreary, because I was a guy I was hoping the Broncos would trade up to grab. And I think it also is an area of need for Tennessee. I'm not sure. I think this grade on Treylon Burks is a little unfair at C+. I think we're skewing that grade just because they gave up AJ Brown. And I think a lot of people would have been excited if their team had drafted Treylon Burks. So
he's a big Deebo Samuel. Like that's really what he is. I mean, I think in terms of, I agree with you. I think they're looking at it of like, well, you basically traded AJ Brown for Treylon Burks here, which
is again, a huge unknown. But I like McCrary. But again, I also think this Treylon Burks could be their worst pick because of that. And it's not about him. It's just about the way they handled it. And now it sounds like AJ Brown forced their hand, but that's probably Tennessee Titans PR trying to make it sound like he was impossible to work with and they had no choice. Worst pick. Oh God. I don't know.
They needed offensive linemen. So like, I think that was a need pick. Maybe going Haskins, maybe. But
yeah, that's okay. That's stupid just because you got 2 running backs already. You've got probably the best running back in the NFL, assuming he stays healthy.
True. Psych. Great show.
I mean, are they looking to the future? Is that why they're taking a running back?
Foreman is still on their team, right?
Let's see here.
So,
no, they lost.
Is Foreman not there?
Yeah, did they lose Foreman? That's why. That's why they take Haskins.
There you go.
Okay, so not as bad as I just said.
No, I agree. I think Willis is getting such a high grade, though. I think Willis was hyped up by the media like nonstop, and I think that would. And I even tweeted this out, and then you replied also with Jordan Love. But like that's the thing. Like we all do our mocks, and we're like, oh, okay, and like they're jokes because nobody knows anything.
Yeah.
And you have people whose job is literally to go out and research these players for years, and their boards are not going to necessarily line up with ours. And
Right.
I think that when they don't, people are like, oh, what a reach. Like, oh, they shouldn't have picked that guy there. And sometimes they're right. Like you look at Farrell from the Raiders, right? Like he was on nobody's draft board when the Raiders went up and got him and like picked him super early. But
Yep. You're talking about Cleveland or the Farrell they took this year?
no, Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler, I'm going to tell you guess who my worst pick for the Raiders is this year?
Farrell.
The guy named Farrell again. You idiots.
They're like, this one will work.
Oh, them not using their
That's not
fifth year option on any of those 3 first-round picks. So stupid looking.
Well, I think it's the Josh, like he's just doing it. Hey, clean sweep, like either perform this year or be gone.
Yeah.
So
perform or die.
I love this Logan Hall pick. I love this Logan Hall pick. I think also getting Rachaad White is a great pick because Tom Brady loves his running backs with the last name White.
I'm going to agree with that. That's my favorite. That's easy. Very good observation, Tom.
Thank you.
Worst pick, Jake Camarda, punter, in the 4th round. Probably could have had him in the 5th. You picked him over Matt Ariza. That was stupid, Tampa Bay.
Punt god.
Yeah. Some people think Jake was better. Shut up. Do not do it. That's their worst pick. Also, how often do the Buccaneers even punt? Oh well. They're probably looking, for life after Tom Brady, where they will punt a lot. But I really don't care about the Buccaneers draft. Idiots. Drake Jackson for the San Francisco 49ers. Another guy I was hoping would be there for the Broncos. I think it worked out. I like that pick for San Francisco. Here's one I disagree with. Who are they getting ripped for? Oh, yeah, the running back.
Yeah, the running back in the 3rd. That was a weird pick.
It's a weird pick, except for I trust Kyle Shanahan to plug any guy into his system. And if he likes this guy, if he's this high on him, I'm going to say this is their best draft pick because I've seen it time after time again from Kyle all the way to his dad, Mike, where they put any running back in and it looks like a home run pick for them. So I'm going to do the opposite. Is it Tyrion? Is it Tyrion? Is it
Tyrion Lannister?
Davis Price? House Stark? A. That's an A.
Can you scroll down for a hot second?
Oh, yeah.
Because they...
Oh, yeah, I got Brock Purdy.
They got Brock Purdy. They did. No, they got... Who was it?
Fidel Castros and Justin Fields' son.
Yes. There you go. That's one. Yeah. I mean, their first pick was probably like the best one, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think this is a solid pick for them.
It's probably Drake Jackson. But there you go. You got a Buccaneers fan saying, up yours. Here's $5.
Don't worry, Hollow. I'll be back rooting for the Bucs once they get rid of their job-stealing QB. Like, if Tom just stayed retired, probably another quarterback gets drafted. Like, he's stealing jobs at this point. He is stealing jobs. He is a greater threat to the economy than any football player ever.
We need to build a wall around Tampa.
Build a wall around Tom Brady.
Okay, this one's easy. Bo Melton in the 7th. I love that pick so much. So much.
Whoa, Bo Melton.
I love it. I talked to Brett Coleman about Bo Melton for quite some time. I think that they got a potential steal there. I think he could be really good if they utilize him well. He's great in the return game already. Like he's a nice gadget player. They'll have fun with him.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks had a really good draft.
They did have a very solid draft. They got Woolen, which is good. Running back was a little
that was stupid.
weird.
And it's not a knock on Kenneth Walker, who's
No.
probably a pretty good running back. It's the fact that they've got Chris Carson and they brought back Penny. It's not a need, and yet they spend a second rounder on him when they could have. Oh man, it's like I'm looking up where right after Kenneth Walker could have added another really good corner, Andrew Booth. Whoa, I didn't see either of those.
That's good.
I gave the Vikings a good draft because of him. So
Carson has neck problems. All right, so yeah, if he winds up like retiring, then that's a problem. So
Chris Carson, huh?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Still, here's my worst draft pick for the Seahawks is Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
It's a combo. You took tackles, the tackles Russell Wilson dreamed of after you traded him.
Yeah, Cross is a good pick.
It's just rude. I really like the Boye Mafe pick in the second round for them. So that's their best.
Yeah.
Because they ain't doing crap on offense. I'll tell you that.
Oh, is it not Andrew Booth? I'm sorry. It was Ed Ingram. I apologize.
Oh, good. Booth. Thank God.
No, it was Ed Ingram. I apologize. Yeah, no, he missed the 20. I apologize. No, Booth said the injury comment. Ed Ingram. Yeah, you're right, Adam. He missed the 2018 season because he was arrested for accusation of sexually assaulting 2 girls. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I believe Booth, he shot Abraham Lincoln. So
he did shoot Abraham Lincoln. That is 100% accurate. Yes, that is true.
All right. This is taking a lot longer. Steelers.
George Pickens. Marvin Leal is actually a really good pick for them, but George Pickens.
I think their first 2 picks, they just picked guys that had pick in the name.
True.
It's like Pittsburgh. You don't have to take that guy.
Yes. Yes. Well, again, I made this joke that like, I know the Steelers have never dealt with a wide receiver that's like, has behavior issues, on the field or fighting or anything like that. So it's going to be a tough road for them going forward to deal with the unknown. But I think like if Mike Tomlin could keep Antonio Brown in check for as long as he did, then he could do that with George Pickens. And George Pickens, I think, was a first round talent, 100%. So
yeah, I think their best pick is Calvin Austin.
Yeah, he's solid. Apparently, the Ravens wanted him, and they picked him right before the Ravens.
Yeah, when you can screw a division rival, that's like a double-edged sword. It cuts your opponent twice. Right?
So
that's how that saying works.
So that's a good one. And then scroll down for a hot second. I mean, they got another QB, which was funny. But
that was stupid.
They got another QB.
Like, I'll say that's the worst pick because they didn't even take the best QB available. You idiots.
Yeah.
Like, why even get an insurance policy with the guy who is not Carson Strong? You dummies. You stupid idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eagles loved their
Ravens
draft.
fans.
Jordan
Davis, home run pick for them. I love the Jordan Davis. Nakobe Dean, if he's actually healthy, will be an absolute steal for them. I like both of those picks.
My favorite pick is Cam Jurgens.
His
and
last
not
name's
for
Jurgens.
the jerk-off jokes, but because they consulted their own center, Travis Kelce, to draft his replacement. And I like that. I like that approach. Kelsey's high on him. I think maybe you could even, bring Jurgens in at guard if he's really that good right away. And again, their best pick, though, is Carson Strong, and he was undrafted. He will be the starter by the time the season concludes.
Hey, and Nick Foles is out there now, too.
Yeah, they can bring Nick Foles back. Yeah, Jason Kelce. Did I say Travis? Put Travis on the Eagles, please.
We're crushing it today.
We are killing it. Ooh. Hey.
Whoa.
Hey.
There you go.
All right.
You got a fitty. You got a fitty, Perna.
We got so many clips in here now. It's like
I know there's a lot.
Hey.
there you go, T-Money, Tyler Baker. Eagles. A lot
I'm
of people
excited
think
to
they
see
have the
Travis
best.
Kelce on the Eagles now.
Put Travis Kelce on the Eagles.
Oh wait, no, you'd be happy about that.
Hell yeah, I would.
I think
Get
the
him
Eagles
out of
definitely have one of the
my
best
division.
drafts. Absolutely. A lot of value in their picks. I love Jordan Davis there, and they got AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's great about what the Eagles did, it's like if Jalen Hurts does not take a step forward this season, they know they need to move on. Like you can't look at what they're putting around him and say, maybe we didn't give him the best chance to
No,
succeed.
they're
Like,
giving him everything.
I think it's solid. So
And they have an additional first round pick next year because they had originally had 3 and then they traded out.
yeah.
So that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're building. They're building.
Bit by bit. Bit by bit.
All right. The Jets.
Dude. Which
Oh, man.
they again, nobody knows, but on paper, they crushed this draft.
I saw somebody trying to say they had a bad draft just to be a detractor. And that man, I believe, was severely ratioed. Severely.
I mean, just looking at the value they got, I think Garrett Wilson was 1,000,000% the right pick because he was the safest wide receiver in this draft for him to at least be above average. Because I think he was healthy, 1, and 2, he put up really good numbers. Jameson Williams, also still going to stand by it. I think he was the most talented wide receiver in this draft. Drake London, you had to worry about, his speed and, ability to stay healthy. But
starting a career in music.
Yes, exactly.
In Europe. European Drake.
Mm-hmm. So I love the Garrett Wilson pick. Jermaine Johnson, I mean, he was lauded as like a top 10 pick at one point. However, I will say that the offensive lineman that we got in the 3rd absolutely demolished him. So that was pretty cool. But I mean, I love so many of these picks. They got Ruckert in the 3rd, but didn't they just get CJ Uzama? Weren't they the ones who got him from the Bengals?
Oh my God. No, maybe. Let me double check.
Unless I'm thinking of somebody
Dude,
else.
my brain is mush. Let's see here. Yeah, you're right. CJ Uzama, they got Tyler Conklin, and now Jeremy Ruckert.
So it seems like they're going to be doing a bunch of like tight end stuff, but
yeah,
I mean, they literally like traded away like their back end of their draft, but it doesn't matter because I think that they got great value at like almost all of their picks, and their GM now is like a god to the New Jersey Jets.
Joe Douglas. My thought on their worst draft pick is Zach Wilson from last year.
Okay.
He's in the it's a little different than Jalen Hurts, but oh man, they're putting talent around him. That's the Garrett Wilson pick. It's hard to look at the Jets and say there's a bad pick here. I even like them taking Breece Hall. So worst pick, I don't know. I can't pick one. I think they just had a solid draft. Again, it's on paper. Again, it's the Jets. You have huge QB question marks. And if he doesn't play well, none of these picks are going to look like they're very good.
Correct. But solid season. Agreed. All right.
The other New York team.
The New Jersey Giants. I actually think they had a very good. They were the team that would have been the hardest to actually screw up the first round. And they didn't. They literally were like, okay, all we have to do is pick the best players available. Tibbs falls to them, and then Evan Neal falls to them. Boom. Done. Like this was a good first round for them. Yeah, there's only one New York team, and that's the Buffalo Bills.
That's the only
They're the only ones who play in New York. The other 2 play in New Jersey. Let's not get it twisted.
Let's go.
Here, I mean, Robinson, I wasn't like super high on, to be honest, but
how do I get that stupid video out of here?
Make it smaller. Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
but then it looks weird.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
There you go. Buffalo got the punt god.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And then scroll down a tiny bit. Yeah, Bellinger could develop into a decent tight end. I think that was a little early for them to take him there because I think that there's definitely some development that he has to do. But yeah,
Yeah.
they had a really good first round. So I mean, they got game changers. I think on both sides of the football.
Best pick, Darian Beavers, and it's not even close.
Because his last name's Beavers.
Darian Beavers, a thumper. Of course, you're gonna describe Beavers as a thumper.
With his
a thumper,
tail.
a pumper, and a beaver.
Yes.
I guess like maybe the one to watch is Wan'Dale Robinson in terms of it's an interesting draft pick with Kadarius Toney already on the team. If they move on from Toney, then I think this looks probably smart in the long run. It was an interesting. A lot of people think they reached there. We'll just see how that plays out. But who knows? Saints. Here we go. Got their safety today.
I don't know why they get crapped on for that Olave pick. Like I don't understand why it's a problem. Like I have said literally since the start of draft season, Olave is going to be a Saint. Every mock, I was like, yep, Olave is going to the Saints. And they basically got, I don't want to say fully ahead, but they got their guy when there was going to be a run on wide receivers. So I don't mind that trade and pick because wide receiver and offensive line were their two biggest needs, and they addressed it in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe if Washington was going to take Olave, that's why they make the trade. Obviously, the Lions traded up to get Jamison Williams, but do the Lions trade up for that pick if Washington does something different? I don't know. It's going to be a good pick. I think a lot of people just thought they didn't need to trade to do it, but
I think they did.
That's
100. The Packers could have traded up. Like,
yeah. I
think the thing is though, their best pick is not even on this board because their best pick is an undrafted free agent named Smoke Monday. That's it.
Smoke Monday back there with Tyrann Mathieu. Ooh.
Yeah.
Honey Badger had weed issues. I don't know if he should be around Smoke Monday. Thank God the NFL loosened its weed policy.
I really want him to make the team and play on Monday Night Football just to see all the puns. Like he gets an interception. It's like smoke, more like where there's smoke, there's fire Monday.
Shout out to Smoke watching the show.
Smoke Monday. Smoke Monday.
Everybody thought he'd be a Raider. Nah, he is a Saint.
Yes.
I like that they addressed their offensive line with their second pick. I think Trevor Penning's solid there.
They have a ton of picks, but I think they got good value.
Yeah. Okay.
Will he be better than Thomas in the end? No, I think he's just going to be utilized really, really well. Like, I think he just fits that scheme. Now, I will say, I also think a part of that is like me thinking Sean Payton would utilize him very well.
Yeah.
We don't know how the new regime is going to utilize him. So
there's a big question mark there,
Yes. All right. Here we go. Yeah. This was a draft that happened. To pick up your backup in the fourth, interesting.
Yeah.
I made a joke that only Bill Belichick would be like, no, we're going to pit these two guys against each other to motivate Mac Jones.
Yeah.
But
luckily, I believe you spearheaded the mock draft where Bailey Zappi went to the Patriots on clickbait. So yes. Nostradamus strikes again. He's there. That pick, I think Pierre Strong is a good running back. It's just when the Patriots add another running back to a stable of running backs, they use what are they going to use him 2 games next year?
Yeah. Maybe 2.5. Maybe
2.5. He's going to have like 250-yard rushing games, and then we'll never see him again.
Yeah. Well, because Tyquan Thornton, I looked at him. He's the guy who ran a 4.28 40.
Yeah.
So like they needed a lot of speed there. I think
what's
it's
impressive about that is his size too. Usually guys who are that fast are like 5'10". He's 6'3".
He just needs to be a little bit more consistent, but he's there to stretch the field. So, I think he'll do a good job there. And they needed a wide receiver. Him and Parker, like I think that should be. Jacoby Myers still there. Like I think that they'll be at least better than they were last year. And Mac Jones, with his second run. But Cole Strange is a weird one.
Yeah,
getting him that early is a weird one. But I understand that like they needed to replace Shaq Mason, but it's a little weird.
Yeah, I mean they probably could have done it at 50. But
probably, but
Jack Jones and Mac Jones, like that combo.
That's it.
I wish he was a receiver. Okay.
Lots of Jones. It's Mr.
Here,
Jones. Man.
I'll let you just take the lead here because
I apologize. I was wrong. It was Ed Ingram. I remember it was the guy in the second. I apologize. Andrew Booth was the one who said that he was hurt. He hasn't played a healthy snap since like high school.
Then did he follow it up by saying I'm healthy now?
I don't know. I didn't see that part of the quote. Here's the thing. The Vikings, they're going to get trashed. Like, they did good moves here. They're going to get trashed, and I think rightfully so, for that first trade. Because for them to move 20 picks back and really just get, like, a couple of picks is odd. And they traded up with, like, 2 rivals to get wide receivers, but I think that other teams would have done it too. And I don't think that the Vikings were going to take Jameson Williams. But I like Lewis Cine a lot. Andrew Booth, if he can be healthy, is going to be good. And they got good value out of that because they got the Packers both of their second round picks.
Yeah.
Ed Ingram is a garbage person. So, like, I'm not really, happy about that. That's the guy who, like, with the sexual assault. Asamoah, I think, is a great pick. Yeah. I like him as a linebacker a lot.
I think that's a solid pick.
He could be real good. But, yeah. They didn't do terrible, and that kind of upsets me. It's just they made some weird trades, and it's that first one that really is going to be that's one's going to be the judge the hardest, because like they could have had Kyle Hamilton, and I understand that they just wanted like some more depth pieces there, but I don't know. It was a little odd.
All right. Dolphins.
They had no picks.
4 picks for Miami. They got a lot of picks next year. They did a ton this offseason. Dang. I like the guy whose name is Good. Give me Cameron Good.
They addressed linebacker, which was a big need for them. So, and then I like them going wide receiver too, and just getting some more value there. I know people criticize that because like they just got like Tyreek Hill and they already have Waddle on there, but yeah.
I think it was Brett Coleman who said their undrafted free agent haul was really, really good. So you didn't need to do much, Miami.
No.
We got the Raiders.
I literally said in the reaction video, like, who needs the draft when you win free agency? So, and that's exactly what they did.
Raiders.
Raiders.
Neil Farrell. Also, defensive line, just like Cleveland Farrell. You got 2 Farrells on the line. It is not going to work out. Sorry, Raiders. Suck it.
I think they did well addressing the trenches. Zamir White could wind up replacing their current running back, considering they didn't pick up his 5th-year option. But, fit up, baby. Yeah, Tyreek Hill. I mean, they're happy too. I mean, the Raiders, the best thing that they could do every season is trade out of the first pick. Like, to get out of the first round, go get a Devontae Adams every year so you don't have to worry about drafting a bust.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I think the Rams really laid foundation for, hey, you can give away that premium pick as long as you're getting a proven player for it. And
yeah. I also think that, well, the Kyle Hamilton thing, I think he's just an overall better player and you can move him around more. But I like Lewis Cine. I wanted him for the Packers.
Yeah. The one thing I thought the Raiders should have probably grabbed was another corner.
Yeah.
They hit with Nate Hobbs last year. It just seems like their secondary is a need for them, and they didn't really address it. So
Agreed.
that would be my concern if I were a Raiders fan, but I'm not. So good job.
They stole the
Ooh.
draft. They stole the damn draft.
You like this guy, Bress?
No, I just laughed at the video that they made. No, Bruss is actually good. Like I think he is solid. I mean, I think that they had a very like non-sexy draft, but I think they're already obviously a Super Bowl contending team. I thought that maybe they would go after like another pass rusher potentially just to get more depth, but
yeah, I mean, what we probably know are in terms of late round picks, we're going to get a lot of snaps. The best place that's going to happen is for the Rams because that's all they have is late round picks. And they do play a lot of the guys they draft because they kind of have to. Yeah, I just don't know a lot about these guys. I'm not going to pretend like I know Quentin Lake and Darian Kendrick, Russ Yeast.
The yeast is going to get roused.
Baby. All right. Rams will be fine. Okay, Chargers.
The least sexy draft, but I fucking love their draft. Excuse my language. I love their draft. I think that they address the trenches. It's one of my favorite drafts that happened this year.
Wow.
That's how much I love them.
Yeah, I think Zion Johnson was a really good pick.
Great pick.
I thought they were going to try to address tackle there. Or maybe even another receiver for Herbert.
Bless you. Sure.
I like the Isaiah Spiller pick for the Chargers. And they've had a real issue trying to find somebody other than Austin Eckler be successful when, he's not in the game. And he's been great as a running back and as a pass catching back. They're taking another swing on like a big running back who I think they want to use in let's like that short yardage type guy to, I don't know. They need a powerful back and maybe that's Spiller. So I think that's kind of an underrated pick for them probably.
I agree.
Punt God.
Matt
Ariza.
Oh, and I'll give it to you, Connor. I got you. I know what you need. I know what you want.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time!
Oh, look, it's the other team. Boop! That had a phenomenal draft, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs. They really had a really good draft, too.
You fucked up.
Dude, you can't even. They had a great draft.
No, I know. I hate it.
Sky Moore fits their offense so well. Karlaftis falling to them. McDuffie is a huge need for them. They clean that up. I mean, they get Leo Chanel. There's so much value getting him that late in the third. I know it's like not that late, but yeah, he's a very good linebacker. I don't know why they're giving him a C+. He's pretty good.
I criticize that as well. Their worst pick is Sky Moore, and that is because people think he's going to replace Tyreek Hill's production. He's not. He's there to replace McCole Hardman. And in 4 years, they're going to take some other speedy receiver.
Isn't McCole Hardman
be like, that's Sky Moore's replacement.
Wait, isn't McCole Hardman still on the team?
Yeah.
So he's going to replace him?
Yep.
Oh.
Because McCole Hardman was Tyreek Hill's replacement when they thought he might get suspended.
I love that they're just getting like speedy guys. MVS, McCole Hardman already has speed. Like they're like, hey, listen, we're just going to have everybody run fast.
Yeah. Speed.
That's it.
I hope it breaks your soul.
Yeah.
Jaguars, best pick, I think, actually, Devin Lloyd. I like them getting back into the
trading
first,
back up,
taking the best linebacker. I think it kind of makes up maybe for reaching for Trayvon Walker, but I also liked Chad Muma. Denver, we thought maybe they might address inside linebacker. So a lot of Broncos fans were looking at guys they might be able to get. Muma was one of the guys. Leo Chanel was one of the guys we thought could fall there. Neither did. So, they get two pretty good linebackers and defensive edge help.
Their defense should be better.
Should be.
I don't know. Their offense, I think I'd be concerned about that, especially, in some areas, but
they didn't address what? Did they take a wide? They didn't take a wide receiver. They could have.
When are we going to review the Lions? When Detroit Lions come up alphabetically. That's when.
We're getting them, Jacob.
We're coming. The Walker, the God, that could turn out to be bad. I think he's a good player, but I think that it could be bad.
Get smarter than the
that
draft.
up and they passed on Hutchinson. Oh man, they really do need the Jacksonville Jaguar fans deserve such a better front office, and I think with Doug Peterson, he goes a ways to help that. But when you still have Khan and you still have Balky there, it's just I don't know how much is actually going to change.
Yeah. They need an adult to run the team, and they don't have one.
So
sorry, Jacksonville.
Just saying.
Colts
had a phenomenal draft. Phenomenal.
Worst pick, Alec Pierce. Let me tell you why, Tom.
Why?
Whenever the Colts take a receiver, since T.Y. Hilton, it doesn't work out. Prototypical Colts pick is the first line there. I don't know much about him.
It's funny because Packers fans were complaining because we wanted Alec Pierce and Jelani Woods. I actually didn't really want Pierce. Jelani Woods, I love that pick. I think he was the best tight end in the draft. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So, you think Raymond's the best one?
Tight end?
No. Oh, you're saying wasn't the best tight end.
Yeah. No, I think Bernhard was a solid pick for them. Another guy I had my eye on. So
their offense should be better.
Yeah, Matt Ryan's going to make their offense better, which based on the transitive property should make some of the receivers better.
Mm-hmm. True.
They got rid of Carson Wrong. Carson Wentz. Addition by subtraction.
Texans. Solid draft.
Had to be.
I love the Kenyon Green pick. I love that pick. Petrie, another good guy. I think them addressing their secondary. Again, they couldn't have gone wrong in this draft, but addressing the secondary is good. Getting Mechie, I think that's a solid pick too. But they're going to be on a very long rebuild. I don't know if they're even going to keep their head coach Lovie Smith for more than a year. So,
yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll be a surprise team and they finish.
I think it would be surprising anybody.
I think that's their ceiling, just below 500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's time. It's time. It's time.
Tom's team.
Love this draft. Crushed it. Is not being a homer. Crushed it. Sean Ryan, he's the guy who destroyed Jermaine Johnson. Right? Was he the guy? Or was it the other guy we got? I don't even remember at this point. It might have been the other O-lineman we got. That might have been totally made it. One of our O-linemen. Yeah. Oh, it might have been Zach Tom. I forget which one it was. A lot has happened over these past few days. But listen, I'm going to toot my own horn. I did a mock draft 2 weeks ago, a 3-round mock draft, and I guessed 4 out of the 5 guys the Packers wind up drafting.
Wow, that's pretty solid.
That's pretty good. It was Zach Tom. Thank you. Yeah. Quay Walker, I know people are looking at it as a reach. I think he's going to be good in coverage, though. Over 500 passing snaps. He didn't allow a single touchdown. Wyatt, love the pick there. He's a bit older, which is why a lot of people said that he wouldn't. I said that they would. And Wyatt, I think he's going to be great with Kenny Clark. Christian Watson, give it a C+. Get the hell out of here with that garbage. Christian Watson. I talked to Brett Coleman about this. He destroyed people in the Senior Bowl. Like they were like, oh, well, his competition's not that great. On top of that, he has some like drop issues, which, by the way, Packers have fixed before. Looking at you, Devontae Adams and James Jones. So yeah, I love the Watson pick. I think he could be our wide receiver one. Romeo Dubs or Dobbs, so how is he saying it? Love that pick as well. Helps us in the return game. Speedy guy, able to get behind the defense. Yeah, we done did good. Like our defense is going to be scary. It is going to be scary good, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, your best pick, Zach Tom.
Great last name.
My favorite double first named player.
Love it.
Also shares your name. And I like Romeo. I like Romeo. Okay.
Samori also. Samori. Yeah.
Samori Pavic
had 303 yards in the playoff game. He beat Randy Moss's single game receiving record.
Wow. Lions.
Okay. The Lions had a very good draft. They just did. Josh Pascal, he's gonna be a lot of fun.
Probably the guy with like the biggest upside for them, right?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know why Aiden Hutchinson's a B+.
Yeah, no, that's a stupid grade, CBS.
That's weird.
The guy everybody thought was the #1 rated player, and you give him a B+. Pull your heads out of your butts, please.
It's weird. Jamison Williams, I mean, they get an A on that from me just because of the trade they were able to pull off to get him. And then they got, arguably, in my opinion, the best wide receiver in the entire draft.
Yeah.
They had a very, very good draft. And they have, again, they're doing it right. But Perna, I'm confused. I thought they were going to draft a quarterback. Where's the quarterback that they were?
They should have. They should have taken Carson Strong.
Nope.
Yes, they should have taken Carson
Because
Strong.
if they finish under 500, which I think there's a decent chance that they do, if they finish under 500, they're still going to have an early pick next year, and they can go up and get their quarterback if they want to.
You got to be 1 or 2 next year. Broncos. A. We're running out of time. Nick Bonito, steal of the draft, steal of the century. Easy. Best
Mathis
tight end,
is good for you.
Greg Dulcich. Guy I'm excited about, Matt Henningsen. Down here. Wow. 6th round. Why are you so excited? Because he's going to be awesome. He is a game wrecker. Coleman said he's got Aaron Donald type athleticism. Boom.
Yeah. I love Benito for you. I think that kid's going to be a stud. He is going to be an absolute stud.
Yeah, I mean, like when you don't pick until the very last pick of the 2nd round, it's a little underwhelming, your draft. But
by the way, I'm sorry. This is CBS. I love this. Minimal length and barely any power. He literally, in his pro day, he was tired of hearing that. I think he did 22 reps. So, yeah, get out of here with the no power thing. Yeah, I think he's going to be really good for you.
All right. I already talked about the Broncos a lot. Cowboys.
It's like, like buttholes. Everybody has one.
That was awesome.
Awesome butthole. Official draft grade for the Cowboys.
I'm whelmed. I'm very whelmed by this draft. Sam Williams is a good pick. Ferguson could develop. But why are you picking Jake Ferguson in the 4th when you just franchise tag Schultz? Like whatever. I don't know. Ridgeway, honestly, I had him being picked up late. He's just big, just getting in the way. If he could develop, Ridgeway could actually wind up being really good for them. So.
Just a guy who can stand up and clog space.
He just has to fall down.
If I were an athlete in my next life, that would be my goal. Just be so huge that you could just stand up and you cause problems.
True.
Let's see here. Dallas. Deron Bland.
It's a bland pick.
Yeah.
Okay. The Browns.
Interesting draft for Cleveland.
Yeah, David Bell could be fun for them. Perry and Winfrey, I do like that pick. I think that's their best pick that they did.
Yeah, it was really good value. Another guy, I was like, okay, 4th round, maybe the Broncos dress defensive line. Winfrey's already way undervalued where he's getting selected. So solid there. Again, like, I don't know anything about these super late dudes. No pick until the third.
You got a kicker. Cade York.
D+ grade for Cade York.
Because he's in the 4th round.
They should have taken Cameron Dicker there. Easy.
Wouldn't.
When did Dicker go?
Not soon enough.
Bengals. You really like Daxton Hill?
I love Daxton Hill. Love it. I love that pick so much because he could be a replacement for 2 different guys. And just depending on if they want to pay one or they want to leave the other. So they addressed their secondary, which they needed to because they addressed offensive line during free agency. And okay, so now you just make that secondary even better. Done. And they did it.
100% agree there.
I love Daxton Hill. I love him. Great pick.
Okay, Bears. Chicago Bears. Bears fans are pissed because they waited until the 3rd to grab a wide receiver.
Cameron Dicker went to the Rams, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Dicker signed with the Rams.
Yeah. They addressed their secondary, and later in the 3rd day, like they just never wanted to pick. But Brisker is my favorite pick of theirs. I love that because, again, he was another one. He's a little bit older, but it was him and Daxton Hill. I think Daxton Hill was a bit better, but Brisker, I think, great value in the 2nd. Velus Jones Jr., I'm not in love with that pick. I mean, I think that was just kind of more for need. And then literally at the end, they were like, one of these offensive linemen are going to work out, and they just picked like 8 of them. They're like, none of them will work out. It's fine.
Did the Packers and the Bears draft the same guy? You got Zach Tom, and they have Zachary Thomas.
But ours is better because his last name is Tom.
They both play offensive line, too.
The thing about Quay Walker is that Goody said this every single time, like every year, he just got better and better and better. Because this is also something that people kind of look past. When you're drafting somebody, it's not about the work that they've done, like the body of work that they've put together. It's you're projecting how they could grow from that and how they can be better. Like, are their arrows trending up? So, like, that's what Goody saw in him, and he's like, okay, like, his best football is still ahead of him.
Yeah, well, it's kind of what hurt Josh Allen was that his junior season was better than his senior season at Wyoming.
Yep.
And, he obviously still went top 10, but, like, if he played really well his senior season or played better, closer to what is, it's like when you see a guy go, like, if Walker's getting better, that's an easy trajectory. If you see a guy all of a sudden take a dip for 1 year, but then you have to look at, it's kind of like what happened to Sam Howell. Loses a lot of weapons there in North Carolina. Like, there's so many factors. It's hard. Drafting's hard.
Yeah.
Especially to get through every team in an hour.
Panthers, they got, I think, probably the most value out of a lot of teams, I would say. I love Sticky Icky there. Them going O-line instead of QB. I love that. They get Matt Corral in the 3rd, which I think, again, good value.
Yeah.
That should be like the theme of their entire draft. Like, they got good value. They're not going to be world enders this year. So I think
I would feel like as a Panthers fan, when Darnold doesn't work out this season and you get a look at Matt Corral starting week 9, I think that's solid. And I think he's more athletic than Sam Darnold in terms of, being able to run a bit. Yep. I just think he's probably more of what a Matt Rule offense would want to be. So, and
we'll see.
Like,
Matt
you can't
Rule's
complain about how late these quarterbacks went. It's just, it's a great place to get them.
Yep. Completely agree. The Buffalo Bills. What a great draft from the Bills.
Love it.
What a great draft.
Best pick, punt god Matt Ariza, lefty. Going to watch
in
all of Belichick's returners fumble his punts, and the Patriots are going to suck on their own medicine.
Khalil
It's going to taste
Shakur.
like shit. And it's going to cause him to be loopy.
He's
I
going to
really
be
like here,
so much fun.
Khair Elam, too.
Elam's good. You see that video going around of how he took notes after every game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Khalil Shakur.
Look immediately.
He's my value pick.
Cook?
They got a steal in the 5th. I wanted the Packers to draft him.
Oh,
So-
brother versus brother in the division.
In the division?
You wanted Cook?
No, I wanted Khalil Shakur.
Oh,
No,
Oh.
we have 2 running backs.
I thought you said you wanted Cook.
no.
Cook versus Cook. Yeah,
So-
Shakir, great pick.
Yep.
Balin Spector, phenomenal name. House
He's gonna-
Spector. All right.
All right. Ravens, I really think they had the best draft. Out of all the teams, I think they had the best draft. For the value that they got, they drafted Hollywood Brown at 25th? They got a 23rd overall pick for him. So that, and again, it was a little confusing. They must think Rashad Bateman is going to be very good. They got Kyle Hamilton, who I think going to the Ravens is going to be the most dangerous. They got the best center in the draft. Ojabo, when he's healthy, they didn't get Zadarius Smith back, but they got a great edge rusher if he can get better. Travis Jones, phenomenal as well. Great defensive lineman. They built up the trenches. They got Kohler, another solid tight end, and they already have one of the best ones in the NFL. They go Isaiah Likely to get another tight end. They're like, screw it. Let's just run 2 tight end sets all day.
3 tight end sets. Like Lamar Jackson's favorite target is tight end.
Yep.
So just give him all tight ends.
So,
Easy.
again, wide receiver, there's a little concern there. But if they're just going to throw to tight ends all day, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Get the guys who can block and or catch with Lamar Jackson. Smart.
Okay. Epicady, great pick. Troy Anderson, lot of upside. I like that potential a lot. Ritter, good value in the 3rd. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of the Drake London pick, but I get why they did it. They needed a wide receiver. I think that they could have just addressed it in the other days, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think their worst pick is Desmond Ritter. And I think this destroys their plans of tanking. I think if he comes in, if the Atlanta Falcons are going to accidentally win 1 too many games and they're going to screw themselves out of being in the number 1 spot to take the number 1 QB, this was the team most ready to take the best quarterback next year. Okay? And now they're going to be like, oh, Mariota ain't it. We drafted Desmond Ritter. Let's get him in there. And he's going to come in and be solid in a weird division. And he's going to win them 1 too many games. Unless they start him from week 1.
Yeah.
Because I like Ritter. The Riddler. And that's it. No, Arizona.
Cardinals.
I actually
This
really
was-
like the Trey McBride pick, and I say that as a very biased Colorado fan of Colorado products. And he
I
is
think it was just
so
a weird
Colorado.
draft. It was a weird draft.
Myjai Sanders, good value for them as well. Another guy had our eye on here in Denver. But
Yeah. I mean, so I was talking to the chat about this. Like Trey McBride before he blew up, like was known for his blocking. So I was like, okay, well that's definitely a good thing because he needs to be. I thought that they would have gone offensive line a little bit more just to get some more depth there, but they just got it at the very end, like in the 6th and the 7th. I don't know. Again, it was just a weird draft.
yeah, Hollywood Brown, that is not a trade that excites me, except there's something to be said for players who have chemistry, and maybe he and Murray can rekindle that. And it actually, Brown is more productive with Kyler Murray.
I think he will be. In that offense, I think he fits their scheme a lot better than what he did in Baltimore. And he said that too. Like that's why he wanted off the team too, because Baltimore's a run first team. So
Welcome, Nicholas. What part of Colorado? What part of Colorado? Trey McBride. He went to Colorado State. I forget his hometown.
I
Out
think
in
he's
the
saying,
boonies a
where do
bit.
you live in Colorado?
You're moving to the Springs. I would move to the Manitou Springs area because it is just friggin' beautiful. It's so pretty, Nicholas.
Is there manatees there?
Yes. Manatee Spring.
That's nice. That's good. That's good. All right, who had the best draft, Perna? Real quick.
Ravens. because
I
I'm
think
not
the
going to say the
Ravens.
Chiefs.
I think the Ravens did too.
And the reason like why you wouldn't say the Jets or the Ravens are a good team and
Yeah.
they had a good draft. So I think it's going to show. New York, we'll see with the quarterback.
Yeah.
Chiefs have a good team. That's why their draft's also going to look really good. Bills had a very good team. I think they got the right pieces. Packers, solid.
Lions, I think Lions had a very solid one. Yeah, I agree with that because when we're sitting here usually day after the draft, we're like, oh, the best teams who had the teams who had the best draft were usually the worst teams, right? Because they got
get the
guys
best pick in the first 3 rounds.
Correct. Yes. And that's why like the Giants, I think they had a great day one. The Jets had a great day one. I think they also had more than a good day one, but like yeah, the Lions, they had multiple days that were good. Ravens, Eagles, Chiefs, Bills. They stand out a lot. So,
and again, we could be wrong. Could be the Patriots had the best.
Yeah, it could be. Nobody knows. Like, we're not going to know for another 3 years. Like, that's at minimum. That's when we're going to know, like, who actually did well.
Yeah.
Because, again, like, Jameson Williams, I think, is really talented. But if he goes there to die in the Lions, like, because they just, can't get him the ball, then it's not going to mean anything. And, like, that's what Aaron Rodgers was talking about, not drafting a wide receiver in the first. He goes, a lot of these guys just bust out because they're, like, middling players. It depends on where they go. I believe in Christian Watson, not just because of the play he's put on the field, but because Aaron Rodgers is his quarterback.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I said yesterday. It's like these guys are going to be great because they've got a quarterback who's going to get them the ball.
Yep.
Is Jared Goff going to get Jameson Williams the ball regularly? I don't know. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown, they started to click late. And maybe having that weapon helps Goff a bit. We've seen him play well, but, good quarterbacks who get receivers, those receivers turn out to be good too. It's as simple and cliche as you can boil it down to.
Like, that's Garrett Wilson too, right? If Zach Wilson's not the answer, he's not going to look good. Like, Denzel Mims hasn't looked good for the Jets. Like, that was not a good second-round pick. But if he goes to the Packers instead, maybe he's a better pick,
The only one who was not was N'Keal Harry.
Oh, boy, that was bad.
That did not work out.
Yeah, that one was bad. So,
all right, man. We did it, Tom.
We did it. Perna, what you got coming out today?
I'm working on a draft video about the quarterbacks and why. You guys let me know. Should I go why this quarterback draft was so fucked? Or do I do why this might actually be the best quarterback draft? Because the value picks for these teams are so insane that if 2 of these quarterbacks turn out to be starters, when you look back at this draft, like that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird QB draft. So we're going to talk about all those picks today.
Okay. That's solid.
Yep.
Nice. I'm going to do the Packers. I'm going to grade the Packers draft. And again, with the caveat, nobody knows for another 3 years. Eventually, probably for the next couple of weeks, I'll do the 2019 draft because I usually do that like 3 years ago. I'll go back. I've been doing that for a while.
Nice.
So, and I'm going to try to get a reaction vid out today too.
Damn
I'm
dog.
gonna try to do both. So I want to get these reaction videos done. I have 7 left. I just want to get them done. So, weirdest QB draft ever? Weirdest
Solid.
or best?
Worst or best? Weirdest or craziest?
But folks, I actually really like that profile pic. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS, and you have been navigated.